But one thing I did want to touch on that we get questions on is, when does a billy goat fully mature? 2:30 in the afternoon. It's 107 degrees, and all these goats are out here working in the shade. So that's the nice part about having thick pasture like this, is even in the heat of the day they can seek some shade and eat at the same time. Now he's for sale. He's done his job here. He's probably not going to want to come out and give me a good shot for the video, but if you're interested in a 5-year-old billy that is proven to cover nannies, he covered 50 nannies or so or more within a 30-day period, covered them all successfully. They all kitted out. And Ruger here, he's got a tracking collar on, so he's so far from the house, if fence did come down or if he did get out for whatever reason, if he's chasing after something, then we can find him. What's going on, y'all? It's Nick and Tyler with Bear Family Farms. Got the billies moved to a new pasture. A lot of the billy kids are in here, and the older billies are in here as well. They got their work cut out for them in this pasture. It's really thick. About 90% of it, I'd say, probably even 95% of it looks like it does in there. Hopefully this pasture lasts them as we go into the fall. There's plenty of forage out here. Not too worried about them running out anytime soon. They've got a water point, water spigot, so we're not having to worry about hauling in water, so that's going to be a plus. And all this was electric netting, so got a small group of little kids over here. We hard weaned all these kids probably about a month ago. They took it hard, and then anything that was super small we went ahead and banded them. It's been super hot, so we did not castrate. We just stuck a band on them. There's probably about 15 or 20 that kept their manly parts. Sounds like there's some over here on the other side, but let's see if we can find some of the older billies and see what they're looking like. Here comes some of the big boys. We do also have a couple of sheep in here, probably about 4 head of sheep, and they might have their lambs on them. Here's Dennis, looking big and bold. There's Maui there. Kurzak. Big boy. We got another gray billy here. Yearling. Another yearling there. He's going to be a really nice one as he matures. Ruger's coming up with some of the little ones. There's Max, our Judas goat. He's a wether that we've kept, and we bottle raised him. And then Tyler also has her dwarf billy in here, keeping him away from all the dwarf nannies that she has up by the house. Crackerjack.
You don't have a Judas goat. It's good to have one that's overly friendly, because he'll keep everyone pretty calm around you, as well as bring them up for you, so you don't have to worry about not being able to catch most of them. Because even just now, hollered for them, he led everyone over here, so that way they come with him, because they're like, ooh, something's happening, and it makes them less stressed and a lot easier to deal with. Max.
It's let's see, 2:30 in the afternoon. It's 107 degrees, and all these goats are out here working in the shade. So that's the nice part about having thick pasture like this, is even in the heat of the day they can seek some shade and eat at the same time, so they're not stationary for too long. This is probably the farthest move we've done so far as from our house to the location to clear. Trailered them over here. There's, like I said, there's about 3 or 4 sheep in here, but the rest are all young 3.5-month-old billy kids. Well, I guess some of them 3 to 4 months old, depending on when they were born. Some of the bigger ones obviously 4-month-olds, and then All the little tinier ones are about a month or so younger, born later in March and into April. It's probably about 20 wethers in here too. So we'll load them up, those wethers up straight from this pasture come fall time, and take them straight to market. We're not going to put them on any feed or anything, so whatever they gain on pasture is what they're going to bring at the sale barn. So we're not going to put any inputs into these wethers. We're not going to feed them out. We're just going to send them straight to sale probably in October. We'll keep a few back to slaughter for ourselves to put in our freezer, but other than that, all those wethers will go, and all that will stay back. And well, then some of the billy kids too that I don't like, or Tyler doesn't like, come October, November, they still have their nuts and we don't like the way they've progressed. We won't even worry about cutting them or banning them. We'll just send them on the trailer with the others to the sale barn. With it being 107 today, I don't imagine I'm going to get much more film time in here. But one thing I did want to touch on that we get questions on is, you know, when does a billy goat fully mature? Pretty broad question. We like to think it kind of depends on, you know, what kind of pasture they're in, where are they being fed, were they fed as kids, did you feed them out hoping to grow them a little bit faster. What we've seen in pasture scenarios, about 18 months is when you really start to see them blossom. Sometimes they don't really start blossoming till about the 2-year mark, and then usually by 3.5 we think that the Spanish goats are fully mature. Now, as far as breeding age, they can breed at, you know, 3-4 months old. They can mount, you know, they're big enough. If they're big enough to mount a nanny, then they're going to mount that nanny and get after her. But we're talking about maturity and longevity. We usually don't like to put the billies on nannies until they're at least 18 months old. Sometimes 2 years. Sometimes if they're spectacular, we have had ones in the past that are just phenomenal. One of them, actually, Slate, is up in Missouri. We bred him at, like, I don't know, 9-month-old mark or something like that, and he's doing great. Very, very high libido, and that's another thing you look for. You know, you're looking for libido, you're looking for you know, physical traits and characteristics that you want to see. Color really doesn't play a factor. Some people it does, but you know, we're looking at horn growth, outward horn of the growth, or outward growth of the horn. We're looking at scrotum. Scrotum size really doesn't matter too much. And splits. I mean, splits are cosmetic. You really don't want a big split. It's very unattractive as far as seed stock. But that's what, at the end of the day, it's cosmetic. And one of our mentors, David Hefner, he's never seen a split cause any issues, nor have we ever seen a billy goat not be fertile. So sometimes you hear stories about the goats not being fertile, the billy goats, and so far in our time doing this, we have not seen that be the case. One we've been keeping an eye on, he's leaving me. And here's one that got his ear tag ripped out. But so yeah, 18 months old, you start to see, you know, what they're made of. Usually at 6 months we take a look at them, another look at 12 months, we'll take another look at them, and by look I mean, you know, a culling. And then 18 months, and then 2 years old, and then usually by 3.5 years old, we think, you know, they're pretty much fully mature. Some people think they're fully mature at 1.5 years old, 2 years old, but in our opinion, how we run them, like you see here in pasture, they're not going to fully mature on their own until 3.5 years old. There's a nice prospect there. All three of those XL prospects, that red one, that big black one, that gray one. And you can see scrotums all look good. Probably can't see from here, but then Ruger here, he's got a tracking collar on, so he's so far from the house. If fence did come down, or if he did get out for whatever reason, if he's chasing after something, then we can find him. Now he's there. Now he's for sale. He's done his job here. He's probably not going to want to come out and give me a good shot for the video, but if you're interested in a 5-year-old Billy that is proven to cover nannies, he covered 50 nannies or so or more within a 30-day period, covered them all successfully. They all kitted out. And then we got big boy here, Kerjack. Well, you just saw he's getting after that. That's pretty cool. That's what you like to see. You like to see them eating up high. They're not eating up down close to the ground where all the parasites and worms are. Tyler's in here somewhere trying to get a couple of pictures of him so we can get some more posted. Camera got too hot. See what the quality looks like on my phone. But you can see, look at the legs on him. I mean, it's got thick legs, thick hooves, got good meat on his bone. That's everything you want to see right there in a billy goat if you're looking for a seed stock billy goat. Maui, he's your guy. So if you guys are interested in him, give us a shout. We have delivery available, so let us know. Then we've got Wavo here, which is right there. And then we got Dennis. We try and name all the billy goats just so we can kind of, when we're keeping track of, I say billy goats, I say prospects and herd sires, junior herd sires and herd sires. We try and name those because it's easier whenever we're tracking in our breeding family trees on who's who. Like that gray one, we call him Gandalf. This red one, I don't know if Tyler's named him yet, but he is very nice. And then the big black one back there with the white spot on the side, I don't think he's got a name yet, but as Tyler thinks of him, we kind of just start calling him that. But pretty soon here, we'll be able to see through this pasture. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was kind of short, but it's hot. Cameras won't stay cool, and I can't ever find the time sometimes to come out and try and get these videos, especially when they're miles away from the house and we've got a million different things going on. But we try and put content out there for you guys, and we hope that you guys enjoy these videos. And if you do, be sure to like and subscribe and share them. And there's our pride and joy there, Kerjack.